Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and in this episode of this custom computer building, we're going to do two things. We are going to install this massive video card and then this annoying memory. Whenever I get the computer all done and everything, I'll show you why it's so annoying. It actually it has lights on the top of it, and those lights blink with data transfer, and it's freaking annoying is what it is. You know, you may think it's all cool to have all these lights going off in your case and everything. So distracting to see all these LEDs going across the wall. In fact, if I remember to do it, I will link to a video on one of my other channels where I made fun of it. It's just a little tiny video, but yeah, so it was on one of my other channels. It was just a little artsy thing I did. So, okay, let's take a look at things here. So here's the case, overhead view, and in fact, this, let's see here, this, let me just show this close up on the big camera here. This is my old my old card, and it has their DVI 15-pin DIN and HDMI out. It's got an airflow thing here. It's got all these cooling fins on it, and it is it can do SLI and everything. This is an older card. This is the card I used to have, and so this is just a this is 1 GB of memory, and so what kind is this? This is the hell, I don't even remember. So, and I don't know if I can see it on here. You know, because the chip is underneath all this cooling and everything. It's an NVIDIA GeForce something or other. S250. I think it's S250. It's NVIDIA GeForce 250. And so it is a older card. You can get them on Amazon now for, I think, $50, $60, and it is really actually a very good card, good bang for the buck. It does require extra power. It has an extra power connector up here, which we will be connecting that up. And so now let's take a look at inside the case here. Oops, wrong camera view. So inside the case here, this I want to. It's a very long card, and so you can see here. I'm just going to set it here. That it can go in one of two slots, but that the space here is not very much behind the hard drive in this, and so I'm going to put it in this upper space so that I have less conflict with stuff down here. I don't have any other cards planned for this computer, so it should be okay. Now, if we look at the front of the computer down here, I'm going to have to take out these two slots right here. So I leave this one in, take this one out. And taking those out can be a real pain in the butt sometimes. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. It all depends. So, oh, and I'm not supposed to take out that first one. I'm taking out second and third. So they're just metal. They're fabricated, so they're still in here. They're part of the thing, and you just kind of, you know, you pry them out, whatnot. You just try not to bend the other metal around it. It's like you do a tab on a can of pop. You know, you ever pull them off, that you don't just try and rip it off. You do it back and forth a little bit like that, and then these come out. And those are trash. So now it should all line up here, and So we shall see. Now, one thing I wanted to show you before I put this in, there's a tab back here. Do you see this? This little tab back here? This is going to go up whenever I put the card all the way in. And to get the card out, you have to push it back down and it will pop the butt end of the card out. So, and that's a lock to keep it from going anywhere, which is good in my opinion. Okay, so make sure everything lines up here. Make sure the pins all look like they're going properly into the slot there. And then I'm going to apply pressure primarily at, you got the slot along here. I'm going to put pressure primarily along the two areas at each end of the slot, and might have to rock it just a little bit. That went in really, really easy. So not a big deal. Okay, so, and this has popped up now. It pops up on its own whenever it gets put in. So now I've got this area up here, and you can see the top of the card. It's right here, and this has a flap which I have conveniently misplaced that will lock down and lock in all of these cards, and so I'm going to have to use the screw holes instead. There is screw holes up here. I am praying that they're threaded and they're not just pinholes, so that I can screw this in. Ah, good. It is. Because I lost that little flap, and I may find it later, but I was worried about that. I did not want to put a card in without having some sort of without having some sort of security there. So okay, so now the next thing is memory, and so the memory on this machine here, it's all in these slots down here. Now I've got what I think is 8 gigabytes here, and so here you can check it out with this, and so it's these ballistic tracers. They are high-end memory, and it is well, they're overclockable. That's what they are. But I'm not using them in my current system. I've got new memory in that one, and so this came out of my old system. Let me see if I can adjust this here so that you guys can easily see what I'm doing here with the memory. Maybe. Okay, so kind of hard to see those extra pins. There we go. I just want to show you these clips on the edge, and so these clips up here, they go up and they go down. So these are all in the position of see, they go up and they go down, just like that. Down. So okay, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots, and so, oh, this is 12 gigabytes of RAM. So, because I think these are 2 gigabytes each, and you can see on here the it tells about it's 1333 megahertz, 1.65 volts. It's lead free. Oh my God. And that doesn't mean anything. You can look up these numbers here on the internet to get all the details about the particular stick of memory. So, and then here's those annoying LEDs. So, to put these in, these all have one little slot in here, and that little slot is to line up with this one right here. It's off center. It's not in the center of the slot. So there's not in the center of the stick, and keeps you from putting it in wrong. So I'm going to set this first one in here, and got to make sure that you get both of the ends actually in there securely, and then you push it down both ends at the same time, and you'll hear it snap in on both of them. That one's locked in. Let's do the next one. This is really quite easy, actually. You just got to make sure you get them in, you get them lined up good, because if you don't line them up good, then you'll lock one end in and the other end won't be in, and you probably won't hurt it, but probably not good for it either. So, okay, let's switch to the other view up here so you can maybe see a little bit more. I don't know, but you can see where I'm putting them in down there, and really pretty simple. Now, with everything, you got to be careful with static. If you're not careful about static, this is a static bag. You would carry around items in this bag. And here I don't have to worry about static too much because it's so humid here in Florida. But especially in the winter, in places where it's freezing and everything, you know, if you're seeing static electricity around, you need to be, you know, doing some stuff to make sure that you're not discharging any static on your computer parts, because you can fry them. Here, I have to worry about lightning, and so that's a lot more prevalent here. In fact, the computer that we got some of these parts out of was fried by lightning, and so I took a hit on my computer. Lisa took a hit on her computer, and so anyway, it can fry things. It did weird things to her computer. It knocked out one of her video cards. Let's see, that one didn't snap, but is it in? Yes. Okay, so there we go. That memory is all in, and now, you know, I can got my these cables just look like awful, but so I've got my power here, which should still reach. Good. It just barely reaches. Comes around the back side of that card. Man. So, okay. Now that is pretty much it. So the next thing to be done is actually to I'm going to plug in the power. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some cable management first, which I don't think I'm going to do another episode on that. And so that part won't be on camera. If you want to see cable management, you can go look at the monster that I built prior to this in this playlist and see what I did there. You know, stuffing all the cables behind and everything. Basically, it's just cleaning up. And so you want good airflow coming through and everything. And then... you know, so it's all about airflow, really. Okay, so that is it for this episode. The next one, I don't know what the next episode's going to be. I will do another episode. I'll show you the RAM all lit up. I'll show you it in operation. But I think it's going to be kind of boring just to install an OS. It will be Windows 8 that I'm putting on this. I was lucky enough to get a license really, really cheap for Windows 8. And on one of their special introduction deals, and so I will be using that. And then this machine here will be capable of playing all of the games out there. It may not be able to play everything at ultra resolution or ultra graphics level, but it will be able to play all of the games on the market. And so that'll be fun. Anyway, I'm Marky Dragon. Take care, and these are the videos on the way out. For those of you watching in Twitch, I'll put links in Twitch that go to these videos, so you can go check it out if you want. This is the end of the broadcast, and so maybe I'll be back on later today, do some mailbag or something like that. But anyway, so for those of you on YouTube watching, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, and catch you all later. Well, now that you've made it this far, can I interest you in a few more videos? You know, in the upper left, I get questions from people who are really exploring about who they are, what they should do, and, you know, the other people around them. And in that video, I really try and explain how you can just be yourself. Don't worry about the BS that other people give you. Just be you and continue forward. In the upper right, you see all that lightning going off? Woohoo! You know, I am a big fan of hazardous weather. And I filmed this while in Mississippi and set the lightning show to music, hard rock music. So check it out if you want some just creative stuff that I've done. At the bottom left is the mailbag. It's a brand new series that I've just started, and it's where I am reading the mail one by one that comes into my YouTube account. I'm not skipping anything, and I'm not leaving anything out, and just saying it as it is and what comes to my mind. And when we hit one that's really good, the video continues through that one, and we talk about that subject, and then that segment is over. So I've come across quite a few good things from that, and it's been very well received. You should check it out if you want to see what other viewers are saying. And in fact, if you want to send me anything, you can. It will get read. So, and then in the lower right, you know, sometimes we have to deal with really shitty people. And, you know, I explain some of my experiences. You know, I was a bus driver. I got assaulted several times on the bus. I owned a computer store and had abusive customers. And in fact, just the other day, I fired a customer because he was an asshole. So, you know, don't put up with that stuff. Just, you know, make sure that people are respectful of you and have compassion for those other people. So, anyway, enjoy the music on the way out. Make your selection. I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.